Hi, welcome to Wandering into the Woods, a podcast brought to you by the creators of Adventures with BG. I'm Linda,
And this is Jarrett.
and today we have one of our good friends and today's co-host, Mr. David.
Hey.
Hi, David.
What's up? I'm David.
So today we're going to be talking about our summer 2021 adventure out in Schlitterbahn Water Park. This is a water park out in New Braunfels, Texas, in between Austin and San Antonio, a lot closer to San Antonio. And it is one of the country's premier water parks. So guess where Jared wanted to go to celebrate his birthday? Schlitterbahn. And at first I was a little hesitant because I'm not the most adventurous person in general, and to go to a water park just felt like it felt a little bit childish. But it was Jared's wish for his birthday, and so I had to comply.
You get used to it with Jared.
Yeah, and we have our good friend David to kind of follow along with all of Jared's crazy ideas, or for Jared to follow his crazy ideas. So of course when Jared said
there's nothing
I wanna
crazy
go to
about Schlitterbahn
oh my god.
because they let 12-years ride everything.
That tells you everything about how this plan sounded to me originally.
Okay.
Yeah, Jared wanted to do something with that 12-year-olds do.
And so we ended up going to Schlitterbahn in August 2021. And it was, I was proven wrong by David and Jarrett. It was a great experience. I highly recommend visiting Schlitterbahn at least once during the summer. Entry is less than $50. You can get a season pass for about $100, and that after 2 visits, that kind of pays for itself. There's no parking fees, which is amazing for a water park or an adventure park of this size. They have great transportation it's because the park is so big, it's actually split into 2 now. There's transportation between the 2 extensions.
It's like 3 parks.
Yeah, it's just crazy how big it is. And good food as well if you want to purchase it there. But if you...
Good food?
Well, okay, we'll talk more about that. I thought it was decent for a water park. But if you do want to take your own food, you also have that option at Schlitterbahn. You can take your own food as long as you're not taking in any alcoholic beverages or glass containers. So, if you want to reduce your expenses, or you're part of a big family or a big group, that's when, you can all take your cooler and set out a table and save on some money there at the water park as y'all have fun.
All right. So to start the trip, we actually went to pick David up so we wouldn't have to take 2 cars. And then we went from South Austin down to New Braunfels.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't that many people there that morning. We parked at Old Park. Fairly close to the gate, came in, got our wristbands, because you have to wear a wristband. You can also get fancy meal stuff there where you get Schlitterbahn monies and other bands that give you meals, or a fast pass if you're interested in that.
Yeah, it's not worth it considering the food sucks.
Okay.
Well, and keep in mind, the reason we started at Old Park was thanks to a friend's advice.
Old Park is not where the rides are.
They told us to park at Old Park, though.
No, I didn't.
They? Okay, we just decided that?
Yeah, because it's the easiest to get to.
All right. So what was the advice that we got previously?
So the advice we got was to go to the new park, to the tower, where like the Schlitterbahn, Wolfpack, and Black Knight are, and ride those first because they get super packed.
Exactly.
And you'll wait like 4 hours in line.
So that's right. You do want to start out at the new park.
Yeah.
That was the good advice. Yes.
So we got, our locker in Old Park, and then immediately got on a shuttle and went over to the tower, and we rode the 3 new rides, starting with the Wolfpack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we pretty much got there pretty early, so definitely advise getting there as soon as it opens, because you're not going to get any line. Like the first ride you do, you're not going to have any people in front of you. I think we had maybe like 10 people in front of us, and we were in and out.
Yeah.
And then by the time we got to the second ride, there was already a good solid 40-minute wait.
Yep.
It was wild, so definitely recommend getting there ASAP.
Yeah.
And if we could do it again, which one would we have written first?
The Master Blaster you should do first because it gets backed up the most.
Okay.
I was not blasted.
And then do the Wolfpack.
Okay.
The 3-person ride or 2. And then come back and do the Black Knight. It's the least crowded of the 3 tower rides.
The Master Blaster is the one I rode with David, right?
Yes.
Oh God, that was just terrifying for me.
Yeah, she was grabbing me by the ankles. So it was kind of weird.
It wasn't that scary.
It wasn't that scary.
It was neat. I enjoyed it. I rode it by myself.
I'm just not, I'm not a lot of pressure lover. So if you're kind of on the more anxious side like me, And you have to go with somebody you really trust. The reason why I went with David is because we felt Jared was the bravest of us to go by himself. So
Yeah,
David and I ventured together.
it wasn't because she trusted me. It was because Jared decided to go off by himself.
Oh, okay.
It was because you and I trusted Jared to work by himself.
I mean, I figured if someone's going to die, it's not going to be us. So let
Okay.
someone else go first.
And so the Master Blaster is like their premier ride, I think. It's a water slide, but it goes uphill and downhill. So
Oh, God.
that's its claim to fame. And then after we did the 3 tower rides, what did we do next?
I think we just kind of hanged and grabbed food after that. Because I know we
Didn't we do one of the wave
We
pool?
did the Wave River first.
The Wave River, yes.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Uh-huh.
Wait, is that the one that we like got spun in a circle right before we go down to our deaths?
No,
that's
that was
much
towards the
later.
end. Yeah, that was much later.
Yeah, much, much later.
So which one was this one? Well, like what was the ride? I don't even remember. This
The
one.
Wave River. It's the river that goes around the tower, and it's like a wave pool, but in a circular fashion. And you get in a tube and just some waves up and down.
I'm drawing a blank here.
We had a
guys.
hard time finding the tubes at first.
Uh-huh.
It was right next to those other big rides that we just mentioned.
It was probably not very exciting. That's why I don't remember it.
It was not.
It's okay.
I liked it because it's a good place to relax. If you're watching kids, etc., it's a good place to chill with them. Or as they go and wander around a similar area, it's a good place to hang out while still getting a little bit of excitement.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we did. We had to put our stuff away in lockers first, so definitely I always recommend renting out a locker before we go on the rides. So we went there, put our stuff in the locker, and then we carried a little plastic pouch around our necks that carried like our wallet and our cell phones.
Mm-hmm.
But in this case, I just kind of threw it all in the locker.
Yeah, so Jared and I had the phones with us. So if David needed to text somebody, guess who was texting them? Jared or me.
Yeah, moral of the story is just get your friends to do what you want to do. So you don't have to worry about it.
So next, at that point, did we head over to the old park?
No.
What did we do then?
We went to the falls.
Oh, yes, that's right. We went to the falls.
It's like their longest ride in the park or something.
And every time, the few times, because there had been a few times, so I'm not going to make it seem like it was a bunch of times. The few times I had been to Schlitterbahn, I had wanted to ride the falls, and it was usually closed.
It was closed that morning too, and we only stopped as we were walking past by, and it was
And it
open.
was open, so we had to take the chance.
Mm-hmm.
And the three of us each got our individual, what would you call them?
Tubes.
Tubes, yes. And we started riding. I loved it. I loved the falls.
Okay.
What did you guys feel?
It's more like the dips, considering they didn't really fall. It was like maybe like a 1-inch dip every now and then.
Yeah.
Wait, wasn't that where you flipped over?
No,
No,
that
that
was
was-
much later.
That was
Oh.
the one where they spun me around and then I flipped over.
Yeah,
and
that was the end of the day. This
Am
was
I
still the
confusing
morning.
them then?
Yeah, I don't know if you are or not.
Maybe I am.
This one was just really long. It had a couple of like drops, but it wasn't anything too bad. It was fairly relaxing with a little bit of thrill.
Okay. So a good combination.
Was
Yeah.
that the one where we got stuck?
No.
Because then they had to push us out.
Well,
'cause-
that's the one I was thinking
that's
of.
the one,
Yeah.
Oh yeah. This is where like you two kept getting like way behind me, so I would have to stay. And
But
then,
essentially, you have to have like weigh a good amount to be like to carry yourself smoothly through it. If you have, if you're on the lighter side, or
I don't think that's that. It's just knowing how to stay in the current.
I don't know. But David and I kept getting stuck. Like it took some help from some Schlitterbahn people or ourselves sometimes pushing ourselves to
Yeah.
just keep going forward.
Yeah, because then you feel like you're like a turtle trying to like right yourself up because we're
Mhm.
just stuck
Yeah.
there just trying to paddle our way out.
Yeah, you just got to work at staying in the current and let the current do all the work for you.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw a little girl that couldn't get through it. I had to help her. Anyway.
She did not help me. She helped the little girl
Yeah.
instead.
I mean, I was like, he's a grown man. I should help the little girl.
No, you should help your friend first before you help the little girl. I mean, that's just a known thing.
So, after the falls, did we take a lunch break at that point?
Maybe? Question mark?
Yeah, I think so.
Because I remember he's still eating lunch at the new park.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, I think, and then we got like, what was it, like brisket sandwiches
Yeah, it
and
was
some
brisket.
chips.
Yes.
Like I said earlier, it wasn't that great.
No, it was like stuff that you would go to like something like HEB and buy like microwave or oven, like brisket.
Right. You definitely just pay for the convenience.
Yeah.
Nothing great. Yeah. Nothing horrible either.
Yeah, if you want to know like a horror story, so we're just kind of like chilling in line, right? One of the rides earlier on the Black Knight, and then just imagine like finding your old manager shirtless, just walking up to you, and then you're like, "Hey, what's up? How's it going?" And then just for the rest of the day, you keep bumping into him. It was pretty much one of the most awkward things, and then we took our professional level to a new area, considering now we've just seen each other shirtless. It was great.
Yep.
Just tells you how popular Schlitterbahn is, though.
And then after eating lunch, we went over to the middle park, Surfenberg, I think it's called, where David and I went on the Dragon Blaster, and Linda did something on her own. Because
I got to hang out at one of the heated pools that also, they have several heated pools that also have bars for the adults, in which I did see a couple of adults watching some of their youngest kiddos there. It's a shallow pool. So, yeah, it just was a good fun place to chill while you guys went and, dealt with your, or fed your thrill-seeking.
Got blasted by the dragon.
Yeah, basically.
So, yeah, like Jared and I head over, and as soon as we get there, we realized
the line was short.
It was short.
Shortish.
And it wasn't moving.
Yeah.
And then we're just kind of there, just standing around, and then we ask, and apparently someone got stuck.
I mean, they said stuck
Whoa.
or a ride malfunction, so.
I mean, pretty much the ride's going to malfunction if
Who's
someone
they?
gets stuck.
I don't know, Linda. Why would they tell us that?
And who's they? Because
The people that work there. And,
Okay.
And so we were just kind of there just hanging, and then it took us solid like 30 minutes before even the line started working or moving forward, and then we finally get to the front, and then
it took a while.
It took a while.
Yeah,
and then
for them to get it going again.
And they like wave you into this like weird secret area, and then you go around and you see like another mini area.
It's theatrical.
It was theatrical because you go like through underneath this little castle. There's like waterfalls all around you, and then
there were some signs that explain the situation, I think.
what was supposed to be the situation?
that you're about to get blasted by the dragon.
Yeah.
That's why it's called the Dragon Blaster. And instead, it's got like visual effects and whatnot. And so Jared and I get in there, and then so we get in there, and then like one of the first rides, you have to, little slides, you go upwards. And I'm pretty sure I told
let's
Jared.
go back.
We're going back.
So right before you start, they weigh you.
Yeah, they weigh you. So you either get like green, yellow, or red, depending if you're too heavy or you just need to go by yourself.
Yeah.
And so Jared and I, we got yellow.
We were like a couple of pounds away from the max, I think, which is 400 pounds.
Yeah, I think it's mostly Jared that's causing that.
Okay.
Yeah. And so we get on there and we get blasted off into space through the rides. And then at one of the top dips that you go at the very top, I'm telling Jared that I was like, we barely made that by an inch. He's convinced that we were fine.
I think we were fine.
But I don't know.
But David likes to freak out about things, so I'm not surprised that he's extra worried.
No,
Hey, he's the one that went out there with you.
Yeah?
Yeah. This was like we barely made it. Anywho, so we go up there, and then so there's a lot of dips, and it was actually a pretty decent ride. So it does have special effects, like you're going through like dark tunnels. There's like mist around you and like little lasers going around, and you can actually see like a dragon. Like visual effects. So it was kind of like a little video of a dragon kind of like roaring at you.
Yeah, in some mist, I think is how it is.
Yeah, I think that's how they do it. And then you get sprayed in the face and you get blasted. And then that's why it's called like the Dragon Blaster, because it literally sprays you in the face as you're coming out of it. It's overall like really short ride. I think it was over like in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Was it worth it? I mean, sort of. I mean, I don't think I would have done that wait again. I think it's one of those like one and dones, and you just don't get
If it was
again.
a short line, I'd definitely do it again, but I wouldn't wait like the hour that we did again for it.
Yeah, it didn't help. It was also like 99 degrees in August. So definitely bring a lot of sunscreen because it gets pretty hot out there.
Yeah.
I will say, though, I was kind of proud that Jared, he didn't have to hold on to my ankles like a certain somebody. So I was kind of a little bit proud of him.
I did warn you all. You knew what you were in for.
Yeah. So overall, fun experience.
Good. And then after that, I think we got on the tram and rode over to the old park. Correct?
I thought we were already
Yeah, I
at
thought
the
we were
old
already
park.
at the old park.
No, Surfenberg is the middle park. It's from walking distance from the two towers.
You did call it the middle park, but I think that's technically part of the old park.
No, because you have to get on a tram and ride over there.
All right, listeners, if y'all have any inside knowledge, let us know if this is part of the old park or the new park.
So in the old park, we did probably my favorite ride, the Whitewater. I loved it the most.
What did you love about it?
It's just a good mix of, drops and tubing fun.
Wait, so the Whitewater is the one we get spun around?
The Whitewater is the one where you got spun around.
Yeah, where you...
Okay, so here's what happened. So like you go up these like bunch of steps, and then you go like down a short hill, when you're on the little life raft donut looking thing. And then the lady at the bottom kind of just spins you full like 720, and then you go down pretty quickly. And then what happened with me is I was going down way too fast, so my whole like donut like flips over me, and then I pretty much get like shot forward, and all I know is I saw nothing but black, and then pretty much all the water just rushed in my face. I couldn't breathe, and so I was like, oh, this is how I'm gonna die. But then I stood up because the water's only like 3 feet high.
Yeah,
like
then
2
you,
feet.
you then remember, oh, this isn't deep. I don't have to die here.
Yeah, so moral of the story is I'm still here, guys. And so there's a guy there just kind of like telling me, it's okay, you're good. And I'm just like, you don't understand, I almost just died. Anywho, so then he just get my donut on, and then he pushes me off. And that's like another area, like shortly after that is a place where you do get stuck. And I remember, I think Linda got stuck with me, and I remember just being there for like a good while, and Jared just kind of floats away because apparently, you just ride with the current.
That's what I'm telling you.
You just
Density
get
has something to do with it. You're more
No.
dense than David and I, because David and I kept getting stuck.
There's plenty of
Jared's
people.
dense in a lot of ways.
There's plenty of people who are bigger than me were getting stuck with you guys.
Little kids or like
Just little
tinier
kids?
people.
No.
Yeah, so then I was trying to kick off the little kids and be like, see you later, bros.
Yeah,
But
that's all you got to do sometimes.
It was kind of fun to like push away some kids. I'm scared. Bye, kid. I'm
So-
helping you move forward.
Every man for himself.
Yeah.
I mean, you just gotta survive.
I felt like I was helping them.
Good.
I wasn't. I'm just throwing that out there.
No. But yeah, it's a good ride. There's some of the best drops in a tube, short of like the big tower slides. And so that's why it's my favorite. And
It
if-
was really fun.
And if you don't know how to sit in your tube going down a big hill like that, you will flip
I'm rolling
over.
my eyes at him right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He wanted to get on it shortly afterwards, and was like,
I wanted to do
"Nah,
it again.
I'm
It's
good,
good
guys."
fun. But David was terrified because he flipped over twice.
I almost died.
Yeah.
I was just too lazy. Didn't want to do the line again.
Yeah. And then so after that, we moved on to the Durbahn.
Which is the Dermon.
It is
The colorful slides.
the colorful slide that Linda was like, I'll go with you. And then she was like, no.
Oh, that's the one where you have to like race each other, right?
It's the race slide. It's like if you go to your local carnival and they have the big metal slides or inflatable slides and you just go down it. That's all it is. It's just you get in there on your body and you slide down it and you race.
Yeah, pretty much like you wait. The line wasn't even that long on that one. I
No.
do actually recommend that one because I was actually a little bit scared. I think coming off the other one, I was still kind of like a little bit full of adrenaline. And so Jared and I are just like looking at each other because you have to like sit down and kind of brace your body before they give you the go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
And then you kind of go slide down. You just feel the water just rushing all over your body. You just kind of have to look up towards the sky because you're really just going down pretty quickly.
Yeah, that's what scared me. That's why I didn't do it.
How do you know
I
it
saw the
scared
slope
you?
of that.
It wasn't that steep at all.
It felt steep to me.
It wasn't steep.
It can't
but
feel steep if you didn't do
You're
it.
It
definitely going
looked
pretty fast.
steep
Okay.
to me.
It's not that bad.
So anyways, it's a good ride. You always want to go with like a buddy because you're racing against them. So definitely recommend if you have a partner to just get in line, both of you guys, and then race each other. And at the very bottom, there's this person that just kind of monitors the situation. And then he kind of gives this really awkward like single clap once you race to the very bottom. So not sure what he means by that, but he just kind of single claps in like almost absolute disappointment. But then again, I'm used to that.
I'm sure it depends on the lifeguard. I don't
Not
think they're
sarcastic
like
at all.
that.
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah, it's also 3 people, so it's a 3-person ride. 3 people can race at once.
Yeah, one of the lanes was broken at the time.
Was it? Oh, that's right.
Yeah, it wasn't broken.
So if it's operating, I guess, full summer and not the edge season, they probably have them all going.
Yeah, maybe you guys will see like one guy at the bottom that single claps for whatever reason.
Yeah. And then after that, I think we went over and did the cliffhanger. It is like a less scary kind of whitewater ride.
Yeah.
There are some drops, but
It wasn't nearly as exciting. Yeah.
No, the drops aren't like I'm gonna flip you over kind of drops, right, David?
Yeah, I don't think I was flipped over.
Yeah, he's our resident expert on being flipped